Kia ora, welcome to Kiwi Living. Coming up, I visit a beautiful yet curious home in Waipapa. It's off the grid and full of surprises. This bland beige wall gets a dramatic facelift, courtesy of the DIY team. Our fashion guru Kylie Bax gives this mum and dad of 4 kids a brand new look. Monty has some excellent motivational tips to get you out exercising, no matter the weather. Tony has his top 5 citrus plants of all time, as well as tips for growing them at your pace. And Mike has the best brunch ideas for this weekend. That's tonight on Kiwi Living. No mai haramai, it's Friday, and better still, it's the start of a long weekend, which is even more reason to kick off your shoes, plonk yourself down somewhere comfy, and enjoy tonight's show. We're starting tonight with a little design inspiration. I got to visit a beautiful home and was given a guided tour just for you. I'm in Waipapa, west of Kirikiri, and we're heading off to see a house that was inspired by the classic Kiwi shed. Now, what that means or what it's supposed to look like, no idea, but we're going to go and find out. Wow, look at this. It's essentially a massive tin shed. And if I didn't know it was a house, I could almost think it was a small industrial building. It's completely off the grid, and with expansive veggie gardens, hundreds of fruit trees, and 53 hectares of farmland, the owners are virtually self-sufficient. Hello, Cheryl.
Hello.
It's incredible. It's so big. You live in a big tin shed.
I do.
But it's a bit more special than that, though, isn't it?
Yes, it is. To me, it is. Yes.
And
why
why tin?
When I moved to New Zealand, I just was really attracted to it. I think it's a great material. It's recyclable. It's great against the weather, and I like the way it looks. I like the way it ages. It changes.
It really reflects that classic Kiwi shed, doesn't it?
It does. I love the wool sheds. I love the outside of them, and I loved the inside of them. And so I had an affinity for it, so here we are.
Well, I've got to see more. So what is this, Cheryl? This is amazing.
This is an old circus gantry that I found in Auckland. It used to be how they would raise the circus tents, and so I bought it. I'm an industrial photographer, so I've always been attracted to large structures, things that have an industrial sort of feel to them.
So when you saw it, you thought right away, this could work on my house?
Absolutely. Absolutely. I had to have it. I was like, how many times are you ever going to find something like this?
Yeah, well, absolutely. And it fits that sort of industrial thing that you love so much.
It does. It really does.
Yeah. What do you love about the industrial look?
When you have an industrial building, you never quite know what's going to be inside. And I think the juxtaposition of outside to inside was just always really fascinating to me. And so, yeah, I just always liked metal, wood.
So now we have to see the inside. We've got to see it.
Okay, well, we're good.
Oh, my goodness. Wow. This is amazing. What a beautiful room.
Oh,
Such a change in feeling from the outside to the inside.
Yeah.
This is warm and cozy, yet it's a huge room.
You can't judge a book by its cover, sort of idea. I love surprises.
Yeah, well, you've certainly surprised me. Wow, and look at the ceiling. What have we done here? It looks like a sharing shed.
It's a combination of just old wood. I've been collecting barn wood if I find it, and then old pallets if they looked interesting. And when I had the ceiling put together, I had them ripped apart and painstakingly put up one piece at a time. Acoustically, it's very nice, and I like the texture, and I like the warmth that it gives to this very big room.
It's such a big room, but it doesn't feel cavernous. It feels cozy. Somehow you've made it feel cozy. How have you achieved that, do you think?
There's a lot of texture, a lot of color, a lot of objects. A room gets its warmth, I think, visually as well as tactily. So I think coziness is a function of things being tactile, but also being visually interesting and comfortable. My furniture is very comfortable.
Yes. You're all about the comfort.
It is, I am. The horizontal cladding on the fireplace is something that the architect thought was relevant to Northland pioneer days. And of course, the rata was sustainably harvested.
And the hessian on the walls, what a fabulous touch.
Reminded me of old bulletin boards. And I like the texture, and I like the way it softened the wall. And
why did you know that hessian was going to look good on the walls?
I didn't. I just hoped it would when it went out.
Good work.
Yeah.
Cheryl's continued her eclectic style throughout her home. Her sense of warmth and coziness belies the severe exterior of this extraordinary home. This is the most magnificent room, filled with, I guess, your philosophy really on life, maybe. Is that right?
Yeah,
Finding objects, repurposing, recycling. So what are the other gems in the house?
If I find old doors, I buy those. There's several of those in the house. I have a piece of stained glass that was from a blown out, bombed church in Scotland from World War II.
And what about these lights here?
These are industrial explosion lights. They're typical in an industrial setting, and I just really like them.
Totally gorgeous. But what's that? Are those tiles in the kitchen?
They are.
Look at those, my goodness.
They are.
How stunning. Wow. These tiles are amazing.
They're from a local tile manufacturer.
Oh, I'm so proud of New Zealand.
Yes, absolutely, absolutely.
And of course, they draw the eye to the bright red Aga as well.
It's wood-fired, but it also is hooked up to the radiators, so it heats water to heat the house. And it also, of course, there's ambient heat that heats the room as well. So
the Aga heats this enormous house?
Yeah, because it pipes it through.
Wow.
Yeah. So, I mean, the place is really, really well insulated. The concrete floors are a heat sink as well because they get the sun and then they stay warm for a long time.
I mean, I can see all the mod cons in here. So you've got a laundry, a dryer, you've got a dishwasher. How does it get powered?
It's powered mostly through solar, and it's amazing how much energy is generated by the sun and how you can trap it.
The kitchen is fabulous, made all the more fabulous, though, by this amazing view.
Yeah, well, thank you.
That is gorgeous.
That's my 100-acre wood.
This is your version of the 100-acre wood, yeah?
Absolutely. When I would read Winnie the Pooh to the kids, the 100-acre wood is always this romantic idea I had.
Winnie the Pooh inspired the purchase of this land?
You might say that, actually. You might say that. Yeah.
It's absolutely beautiful. I love that a kid's book was the inspiration for Cheryl. And there was really a sort of unrestrained childlike creativity to her design. It was just gorgeous.
It was beautiful. I really found myself wanting to jump in there and explore. It was beautiful.
And how about that ceiling? Wasn't it just amazing? So she found that wood over years and created that ceiling herself. And it really made that huge room feel so warm, like a haven, which of course is on our minds right now as the seasons change.
It is. And with this long weekend coming up, it's a perfect time to cozy up your own house. And, you know, you think about cozying up your wardrobe and bringing out those big woolen sweaters and boots and putting on that jacket for the first time. But we really need to think about cozying up our homes too. So I'm thinking throws, beautiful cushions, maybe a new rug on the floor, dimming your lights, and just creating an atmosphere for those colder months to come.
Oh, that sounds amazing. And you've also gone for a bit of a Cheryl found rough sawn look tonight in your transformation,
That's
haven't
right. Yeah, we have. It's a great way to make a bland, boring old beige wall have some personality. So.
And of course, only Dion could somehow bring in a beer theme.
This week we're going drab to fab with this boring beige wall.
What are we up to here?
I want to show how to create some really cool shelving, and I want to incorporate that very hot Scandinavian style that's in right now. So what I thought would be fun is to build a whole wall of different sized crates. So squares, rectangulars.
Like beer crates?
You're thinking of beer.
I'm looking forward to this.
Okay,
Great one.
all right. So I want them to be an assortment of different rectangles and squares piled up on top of one another in a really ununiformed way. So some deep, some not so deep, some long, some short, some high, some low. So you build them, I'll paint them.
Sounds like a plan. Melissa's really stylish shelving doesn't need to be costly. With the right materials and a great design, you'll be surprised at what you can achieve this weekend.
To make this process easier and faster, we're going to paint the whole lengths before we cut them. Once this base coat's nearly dry, I'm going to show you a really cool distressed effect. For the paints, we're using Dulux Weather Shield X10 from Guthrie Baron. Dulux Weather Shield X10 is self-priming, so it's suitable for use on the bare timber that makes up the crates. The grey colour is called Grey Rain and the white is doily. I'm now putting on this layer of white doily and I'm just kind of stroking it on really haphazardly. It's actually quite fun because it doesn't have to be perfect.
It is quite fun.
You
I mean,
just
you can just chuck it on quite random.
You just slap it on, have fun with it,
Definitely.
Just do it really rough because the more imperfect it is, the better.
Hey, shall I start wiping this now, shouldn't I?
Yeah, you can start wiping that. Get in there and rough it up.
It's just that rough look that we're up to, isn't it?
Seasoned,
Hey.
distressed.
Hey, normally it's me that's quite distressed.
When you're working with me.
You put me through a lot. Okay, how's that looking?
So when the white's nearly dry, we we do the sandpaper trick.
So
Yeah?
it's nice, soft little bit of sandpaper.
Yeah,
and
soft.
Just very softly.
Yep.
Yeah?
Yep. And again, just a little bit here and a little bit there.
So we don't want to break the paint and go right through, do we?
No, I don't want to see the wood.
Oh, yeah.
I just still want to keep the colours in. That just look like it's sort of been living outside for a while.
Let's get these crates built. So you only need one type of wood for these slats. I'm using 70 by 18 millimetre dressed pine.
Show me how it's done.
First thing we're going to do is knock up the ends. We're going to make a little square.
Okay.
So we're just going to lay them out like this. I'll show you how to do the
Okay.
first one. Maybe you can give us a hand.
All right.
Bang them in like that. Do you want to do the last one?
Yeah. You're quite handy with that hammer,
I am.
I have to say. Well, I like the fact that it's already, you know,
Pre-drilled.
good.
Yeah, this is all right. Not bad. So I've knocked up a little jig here. It's just going to sit in there like by itself like that.
Good idea.
Easy.
Yeah.
Let's knock up end number 2, eh? And the second end is exactly the same. Okay, so make sure we get that around the right way. Nails to the inside so we don't see them. Now we've got the top and bottom. They're just going to get placed on top like this.
How much did all this wood cost you, Dion?
I reckon probably about $200 all up.
Fantastic.
Just going to flip that over, and we've just got 2 slats that are just going to go on the back.
Only 8 more to do.
Hey, piece of cake. Check that out. Hey,
Master at the craft.
you impressed? Are
Yeah, I'm super impressed.
they going to look good on the wall up there?
They're gonna look awesome.
We're going to smash the rest of them out.
So we've made 9 boxes of varying shapes and sizes, and they're ready to put up. We're using angle brackets to support the crate. Once you've got your bottom row level, getting the rest of your crates up is plain sailing.
What's that? Yeah, hold it there. See our little one?
Yeah. So this is the fun of it. You can mix and match and just make it up as you go along, and it will turn out being pretty cool as long as you've got an uneven number of boxes. And that's it. A little dressing and our bland wall has been instantly transformed.
Hey, that's so cool, Melissa.
We've created this really cool Scandinavian shelving unit that looks like a piece of art, I think, in my opinion.
No, it does. It looks awesome. Nothing like the bear crate shelves that you were aiming for, eh?
No, it's a little bit better than that, I think.
I think it is.
All we needed was a bit of wood, some nails, some brackets, some paint.
It looks awesome. Hey, it's so easy. Anyone can knock it up. They're just going to have to steal your ideas, I think.
Yeah, and so inexpensive.
Definitely. No, awesome job. Well done.
For instructions on how you can create your own Scandi-inspired shelving, go to our website.
Coming up, Kylie Baxter's here with some fantastic date night wardrobe solutions for this busy mum and dad. If you've never entertained at brunch time, Mike has a super easy and delicious menu to try. Tony has his top tips for citrus fruit growing, and Monty inspires us all to get moving. Date night coming up, nothing to wear? Well, our wonderful style guru, Kylie Baxter's back tonight with a fantastic fashion transformation. You'll love this. She has 2 willing participants, a super busy mum and dad who have little time for date night, let alone deciding what to wear. So it's Kylie to the rescue.
This is Sasha and Ian. They're both 35 years old and are busy parents to 4 beautiful kids. It's fair to say that this couple doesn't get a lot of time to themselves, and their wardrobe is the last thing on their minds.
He's got quite a few metal t-shirts that he enjoys wearing often, and he doesn't iron, as you can probably tell. Tonight's date night. I don't remember the last time
I don't know.
being out on our own. Yay! Date night. Pretty good.
Hi, how are you both? Tell me, how can I help you?
Well, we've got these 4 kids at home, and it's really busy. So we haven't been on a date for ages, and I wouldn't even know what to wear. Yeah, it'd be nice.
And you don't know what to wear either, do you?
Obviously not, no. That's
that'd
something
be-
I've been wearing for the last 5 years.
I want to make you feel relaxed and happy, but also trendy and cool, and feel good about yourselves tonight. So, Ian, I'm going to start with you first. We'll try on a few looks and see what you feel good in and what you like, what you don't like. Sasha, you're going to sit there, relax, but no peeking. What do you think? How do you feel?
It's okay. The jeans are a bit tighter than what I'd usually get. But,
Stop right there. Trick, push your hands in the pockets, push down and give a bit of a wiggle. There you go. That's a little trick, make it look cool. A little bit loose, ease up on the pants a little bit.
it is actually a bit warm for the jersey right now, I think.
when you go out at night, it'll be
Yeah.
spot on. And what do you think Sasha will think of this whole outfit?
It's always better than what it was, right?
Well, that's the most important thing, is that wifey likes it.
Yeah.
I have one more outfit for you to try on. Are you ready for that?
Yep.
Let's go.
Okay.
Oh, city sleek. Look at you. What do you think?
It's good, yeah.
Is this something that you wear out to date night?
I probably would never choose a vest myself.
But it works. It works. It's metro cool. It's city chic. Look at those shoes. What do you think of the boots?
The boots are pretty cool, yeah.
They are fabulous on you. The colour blue always suits you.
Yeah, I quite like the darker jeans, I think, yeah.
What do you think Sasha will think of this one?
Yeah, she'd like it. It's good.
Thumbs up on this one?
Yeah.
Yep, well, that's good. Well, now I know what looks best on you, so off you go. I'll see you later at the salon.
Okay, cheers.
Time to see what new looks work for Sasha. A little splash of colour.
Cool.
For your very cool, fun, go-go outfit. What do you think of it?
Yeah, I like it. It's cool. I feel taller.
Yes, you like the booties?
I do. I really like them.
They just add the hop.
Yeah.
Just a little bit of leg. You just look absolutely fabulous. This whole outfit.
Thank you.
It's great on you.
Cool.
But I have another one for you to try on.
Awesome.
Okay?
Yeah.
Let's go and do that. Sasha, this so brings out the beautiful gold that reflects through your hair. Doesn't it look absolutely incredible on you?
Yeah, I really like this. I really love the jeans and the boots. Totally love the jacket.
The long boots over the knee, they're totally hot right now. And the different use of colour. So you've got all that beautiful red hair and it's got all these great colours running through it. And so you have the same thing running through your outfit with the mustard coloured shirt and the gold on the zipper and the tan jacket. You look ready to rock and roll out for a dinner date.
Yeah, I feel cool.
Yep, you look good, you look good. What do you think Ian would think of it?
I think you'll like it. Yep.
I think I know what looks good on you. So shall we go and get beautified?
Yes, please.
Let's go. Oh, I bet you can't wait. Yeah. So Paula, it's date night tonight for Sasha.
Oh, so what are we going to do?
Well, what I envisage is her hair being straightened and then pulled back, straight back off her face up into a high pony and the pony just falling straight back down her back. What I've chosen for her outfit really needs that simplicity.
It's like a facelift with a hair tie.
It is. And same thing for the makeup, really, with the nude lip and more focus on contouring of the eyebrows. So you have to actually go and get changed now while I bring Ian in to glamify him.
All right.
Here you go. Okay. Time to show Ian a great look for blokes in their 30s. With Ian, I love to have his hair just cleaned up around the edges and then just texturised all the way through. So rub your fingers through it and get it really textured at the top. Rocking it. Yeah. Told you would.
Yeah.
Are you excited?
Yeah, I am.
Oh my gosh, have an amazing night.
Thank you. It's been such a fun day. Thank you.
You're so welcome. Go get him.
Okay, thanks.
Hey, Hannah.
Oh my god, you look amazing.
I love what they've done to your hair. It's so cool. Yeah, these flowers are
Oh,
cute.
thank you. Turn around.
What? Yeah.
Wow, this is so
Yeah.
cool.
Right.
I feel really grown up.
Yeah.
Yeah, you look really good.
Yeah, so do you, honey.
I really love the clutch. I've never had a clutch before, so it's kind of exciting. And the skirt and the boots and the poncho is so warm. It's really nice.
Yeah, I like the jeans and the boots especially, yeah. I probably would have never chosen the cardigan myself, but no, I think it goes, right?
It's a date night.
Yeah, cheers, take night.
Cheers.
For more fashion inspiration, head to Kiwi Properties Sylvia Park and our website.
It's brunch time and Mike has a fantastic menu for you to serve up this weekend to family and friends. You can even preserve some of it. Later, Tony has the good oil on the best citrus plants to be digging in this weekend. And Monty's here with the tools to get into the right mindset to move. Nothing screams at the weekend here like brunch. And with a public holiday on Monday, you have an extra excuse to feast in the morning. This next menu, courtesy of our Kiwi living culinary genius Mike Van Delzen, is one that you'll be proud to share with family and friends. Mike tells me it's so easy, it might even become your signature dish.
Nothing beats a fantastic lazy weekend's brunch. And it's a great way to entertain. So I've decided to go all out and create something very special.
Featuring a delicious restaurant quality recipe you can whip up for your guests.
Look at that.
Classic eggs benny with beautiful smoky fish served with a tangy homemade tomato relish and buttery no-fail hollandaise. The perfect weekend brunch.
So, eggs benny is actually short for Omelette Arnold Bennett. Aha! And it was a dish that was created for a famous author whilst he wrote his entire novel staying at Savoy Hotel in London. And guess what? The dish is still on the menu. Incredible. But it's a beautiful omelette because you've got this fluffy white omelette sitting in the bottom of the pan, flaky fish over the top, creamy hollandaise all gratinated in the oven. It's a fantastic dish. So let's get cracking.
First up, tangy tomato relish, and I'll even show you how to preserve it.
So take your jars, pop them into a cold oven. Turn that guy up to 100. When it reaches temperature, your jars are sterilised.
Meanwhile, I've got 750 grams of whole peel tomatoes, 1 small diced onion, 2 cloves of finely chopped garlic, a tablespoon of runny honey, half a cup of red wine, and a stalk of rosemary finely chopped. Season it well and leave it to simmer until the onions are tender.
Ooh, look at that. Doesn't it look wonderful? Big chunks of tomato and just smells delicious. It's good to go. It's as simple as that. So the lids are in water boiling to sterilise them. The jars are good to go. All we need to do now is take our relish and jar it up.
You will need a pile of tea towels and some tongs, but if you take it slowly and get into the rhythm, it's easy.
Just let them cool down because what will happen is the lid will pull down and go pop, and you'll noticeably see a concave in the top of it. That means that's sealed up nicely. That can go into the cupboard for ages, 3 months, 4 months. However, I have kept some in here for my flash brunch.
Now it's time for the hero of this brunch, our eggs Arnold Benny.
Okay, so I'm going to take my eggs and just crack it into a small bowl first. That way, if there's any shell that's gone in here or if the egg's not so good, it means you don't need to throw out the entire mix.
Just add half a cup of milk, salt and white pepper, and then use a knife to flake a teaspoon of butter into little bits. Whisk until it's all combined and then pour into an already hot pan.
So the trick to making the perfect omelette is keep the heat on low. You don't want to cook this really quickly. You want to control the temperature. So this is on like a medium heat. And what you're doing is pushing the egg from the outside to the centre, kind of like you're making scrambled eggs. So once we get to this stage where it's resembling a very loose scrambled eggs, just let it sit there. Up she goes, up she goes. And then you want to leave this for about half a minute just to colour up on the bottom. And that will give you the flavour of that omelette on the bottom. Okay, beauty, look at that. I've got a beautiful piece of smoked snapper here. It's white fleshed and so it's nice and sweet and it's not going to overpower the omelette. So what we need to do is take our omelette, pop that on the bench, take our snapper, and then just being careful not to include any bones into your big chunks, lay them down on top of your omelette like so.
Next up, our finishing touch, a beautiful lemony hollandaise.
Hollandaise is one of those sauces that fancy chefs make all the time. And I tell you, it is a fantastic sauce because you can use it as a base for many other sauces like béarnaise. People are a little bit afraid to make it at home though because they think it's quite complicated, but it is not. I'm going to show you how to make it right now. So what you want to do is you want to clarify some butter first. So take 200 grams of butter, put it into a clear jug. I'm just going to pop that into the microwave until it's all softened. Okay, so now that's come out of the microwave, just let it settle for a second, and what will happen is it will clarify. The buttermilk will sink to the bottom, and the beautiful clear clarified butter will sit on top. And I just want to use the clear clarified butter in my hollandaise.
Take a small pot and combine 5 tablespoons of white wine vinegar, the juice of half a lemon, 6 peppercorns, 1 bay leaf, and 6 tablespoons of water. Heat over a medium heat until the mixture is reduced by half.
So this is the trick to any hollandaise, the reduction. The acid in the white wine and also in the lemon juice stops the sauce from splitting and also gives you that real citrus bite that a hollandaise should have.
Heat a pot of water on a gentle boil. Put the 3 eggs into a stainless steel round bottomed bowl. Add the cooled reduction to the egg yolks and give them a quick whisk together.
So this is the part that freaks a lot of people out, but it's the easiest part. So all you need to do is put the bowl over the top of the water, just have the water on a gentle boil, and just keep whisking this. Keep moving that egg yolk around. Keep going until that egg yolk becomes quite pale. And what you're looking for is a point in that where you can do a figure eight and it holds the entire figure eight on top. At this point, you want to take it off, otherwise you're going to end up with scrambled eggs.
Now pour in the clarified butter, leaving the buttermilk behind, and whisk it together. Season it with salt and pepper, and then fold in half a cup of softly whipped cream. Done.
So I'm going to garnish my omelette with a little bit of beautiful chives. I've got some parsley here, got a little bit of thyme, bit of rosemary. Beauty, look at that. It's whatever's fresh in your garden right now. Hey, come on in. Are we well?
Yeah, thanks for having us.
Grab a seat, look at my relish. Quite proud of that, I am, quite proud.
Now that my guests are here, all I need to do is pull all my elements for my restaurant-style weekend brunch together.
Look at that.
Oh my goodness.
Look at that. Put a pop of that on this little bit of watercress. There you go. Dig in, people.
Superstar weekend brunch, just like that. And I've taken a leaf out of Arnold's book and written down the recipes for you. All of it on our website.
Isn't that lovely? I sound surprised.
Coming up, Tony has the lowdown on getting your citrus trees in, and we've got a brilliant new competition. And working out in the colder weather, ooh, tricky, but Monty has some brilliant advice to get you in the mood. Tony Morell is here, lovely to see you.
Good to catch up.
Now, you're talking citrus tonight, but first the long weekend beckons.
Oh, it does, and it's Anzac weekend, lest we forget, very important, and actually it's the best time, I reckon, because it's nice and cool to be planting poppies, all sorts of poppies.
Oh, what a lovely idea. Your favourite?
The Flanders, because it's got the lovely little centre that's black, and then those lovely sort of butterfly red wings, they're just so pretty.
Oh, gorgeous.
Really nice. Look at the size of these seeds.
Those are seeds?
Those are poppy seeds.
Those are so tiny.
And what's fascinating is that from a very small packet of seeds, and you might like to mix them with a little bit of very fine sand, so very, very carefully scatter them over the soil, nice and free draining, a little bit on the dry side, and actually poor soil. They'll grow in really poor soil.
Great, because I've got plenty of that at home.
I know you have. You are such a worry.
I know, sorry.
Scatter the seeds over the soil, about an area the size of this table.
And in fact, you've just reminded me, my garden that I told you about last week is about the size of this dining room table. So I could do this.
How good is that? There's your project.
You've solved the problem for me.
I'm going to convert you.
Awesome.
You may wear a green shirt, but I'm going to give you green fingers as well.
Great.
Scatter the seeds. Try and use a little bit of sand just so the seeds get evenly sort of distributed over the area.
Yeah.
Water them well in. They don't require huge amounts of water though. Only when just required. You'll see it when
This is like the perfect flower for me, isn't
I know
it?
it is.
This was made for me.
After 2 weeks, you'll start to see the little leaves out of the ground. Now you need to thin those in the ground at about 10 centimetres apart, and don't try and transplant them because they don't like their roots being disturbed.
Okay.
So don't do that.
Right, won't do that.
In 14 weeks' time, or about 14 weeks, the whole thing will be up and you'll have your own little field of Flanders poppies that will remind you of Anzac weekend. And I think it's so poignant.
I'll definitely do that. But tonight's citrus, I've always found citrus a little bit labour intensive.
Not at all. You just need to follow a little procedure and you'll get some good results.
Oh, excellent.
In New Zealand, we are passionate about citrus, but which one gives you the juiciest lemons, the tangiest limes, and mandarins that are easy to peel? Good news, I've done the homework for you. Plus, I've got some great tips on how you can get wonderful citrus either in the garden or on the deck. For the garden today, these are my top 3 hardy varieties of citrus that are suitable for all parts of New Zealand. This is the Maya lemon. It's really popular and it's not a true lemon. It's actually a lemon-orange cross and was discovered in China in the 1800s. It fruits very heavily and usually every single year. It's a great tasting lemon too. For an orange, I like the Harwood's Late. It's thin-skinned, it's full of lots of juicy fruits and quite quick to establish in your garden. And no garden would be complete without a grapefruit. And I'm rather partial to Golden Special. Great big juicy fruits and really sweet. So let's get planting. Well, like Archie, citrus trees love a beautiful sunny site, a little bit sheltered, good free draining soil, and make sure it's frost-free too. This is the perfect spot for our brand new stand of citrus trees. So So let's talk spacing of the trees. The orange and the lemon tree will grow across the fence, and as they start to establish, I'll take the centres of the trees out. But the grapefruit's going to take centre stage, and it's going to form a really nice natural shape. Holes are good, just about the next size up from the root ball. There's the root ball size there. It's long, so it's developing a nice taproot. I'm just going to go a little bit wider than the bag, not all the way down, because the top of the root ball should finish flush with the top of the soil. But in this situation, where the soil's a little bit heavier, I'm planting it ever so slightly proud. That's ready for planting. To ease the trauma of transplanting shock, I'm going to give the trees a really good soak. I'm using sea salt. 2 caps will do it into a bucket of water. It's a natural plant tonic made from seaweed, and it promotes strong root growth, reduces plant shock, and it helps your plant tolerate all kinds of stress. I'll let the tree soak for a few minutes, just until the bubbles stop. Just gently loosen the root ball, and I do this with my hands, and then it's ready to go into the hole. I'm topping up with 2E garden mix. It's a versatile planting mix that adds nutrients, rich organic matter, sheep pellets, and a fertiliser for healthy plants. It's an ongoing process, the care of your citrus, and it's important to make sure that you stake the tree when it goes into the ground. The root ball does not want to wobble around. You want to make sure that it makes maximum contact with the soil without moving, and a stake will do that. Little trees just need 1 stake at a 45-degree angle. Stake the tree relatively low. You want the tree to be able to flex in the wind so it strengthens up. So for these trees to really get going up and out of the ground, take off all of the fruits in the first season so they build a good, strong framework to support a great crop. Springtime, give them a really good feed. Mulch over summer and keep up the watering. Citrus are fantastic in pots, and especially if you're a bit pushed for space or you live in parts of New Zealand that are really cold. Move the pots around when the conditions are nice and sunny, and of course when they're less than favourable, frost and snow, bring them into sheltered areas. You'll get really good results if you use dwarf varieties. You'll get fruits that form full size, and plenty of them, but on half the size tree. This is a dwarf satsuma mandarin called Miho. It produces an abundance of fruit. They're gorgeous and easy to peel, and perfect for children's lunch boxes. You've just got to have a lime tree, and the Tahitian lime is a personal favourite. Great for key lime pie and for cocktails. Plus, with all the citrus, the most beautiful fragrant flowers before the fruit. When planting anything into a container, make sure you've got adequate drainage and elevate them using pot feet for good aeration. I'm following the same process as planting in the ground, except this time I'm using 2E Pot Power. It's got some extra goodness like controlled release fertiliser, a seaweed booster and water controlling crystals, which will keep your plants thriving for longer. And don't forget, just because these are dwarf fruit trees doesn't mean to say that you won't get full-size fruits and an abundance of crops. And a final flourish, putting pebbles around the base, not just to look good, it ensures the roots of the plant stay cool during our lovely hot summer. And it'll help ensure you get nice, juicy fruit. So there we have it, 5 great varieties of citrus trees, a nice project for you this weekend, and let's look forward to years of juicy fruits. For further fabulous information, check out our website.
So citrus secrets, and that's not all tonight, Tony, even a fabulous competition.
Great competition. So you know those lovely pots and the citrus trees and all the 2E products? You can win all of those. Just go to our website.
Fabulous. Go to the website, as Tony says, enter, and also don't forget about planting your poppies too.
Poppy seeds this weekend. So on the back of the packet, you'll see the instructions of what to do, and in just a couple of weeks, all the seeds will be up, thin them out, and in 14 weeks, or just about, you'll see your own very nice field of poppies.
Perfect.
How good is that?
So easy. I love it. If I can do it, anyone can do it. I'm coming to save your little garden. Thank you, Tony. Now let's take a look at what's coming up. Monty's about to meet an expert to unlock the secrets to motivation. So I've never been that person to leap out of bed on a cold morning, desperate to get into a bit of exercise. It's just not me. This is more me. But it is a necessary evil. So I asked Monty to find out the secrets of self-motivation. And here he is, about to deliver.
Okay, we've got to get ready on the side. 10 more seconds. Let's go. Okay, let's encourage each other. Let's go, we're on. 3 of each.
Motivation is a subject that is very close to my heart. It's great to see these guys have got that motivation and the support they need within this group.
Nice team.
But wait a minute, let's just back up a little. What if you're not at this stage? The days are getting darker, the weather is getting cooler. And well, we just want to stay in that warm bed. Dan Stamp lectures in sport and exercise psychology and works as a mental skills coach with athletes.
Well, Dan, you have to be the man that's going to get everyone off the couch and help them with that motivational mojo.
What people need to know is that there are two types of motivation. Internal motivation and external motivation.
Okay, you just gone to the doctors, they told you it's about shaping up or shipping out. External?
Absolutely, it's external motivation. So that initial driver is from outside of you. The doctor tells you you've got poor health, do something about it. But the trick is to then switch it around and internalize it. This is my health. What is this going to mean to me by investing time in fixing my health? That's your internal motivation, and it's the strongest motivation. So my first tip would be find your internal motivation. What is it that makes you tick? Secondly, invest in your exercise. You're more likely to exercise if you've made an investment, like a new top or a nice new pair of trainers. And also, get yourself an exercise buddy. It will give you the support you need and will keep you accountable.
You look like a good buddy to me, mate.
Yeah.
Got my shoes, got my buddy. Let's go.
Well, Dan, we're all busy people, busy jobs, busy families. A lot of people will say they just don't have that time to train.
And that's the thing, Monty. It's a perceived lack of time. I tell people to take a good look at their schedule. 24 hours. For most people, 8 hours sleep, 8 hours work. That gives us 8 hours left in the day that we're doing stuff. So my advice, Monty, is try and build your activity into things that you already do in your day, like going for your coffee. Rather than sitting down with your buddy, why not get a takeaway and go for a walk? Of course. Maybe you're at home and you've got to do some of the chores. At the sink, doing the dishes, do some squats.
Yeah, what about isometric squats, eh? Just getting down there and getting a hold on and how's it for, mate?
Looking good, looking good.
Can I get up now?
You can.
Lightly touch your calf.
So there's another thing that's proven to keep people motivated, and that is finding your fitness personality.
Rest for a moment and breathe.
What it means is find that activity that you like to do. Some people like group exercise, some people like to work out on their own. Whatever suits you and your personality is what you should do.
You're right, we are all different. And for me, I'm more of a runner, boxing type of a guy.
Makes sense. So go running and go boxing. That's your thing. The key is whatever you want to do that fits your personality, do it, because then you're more likely to keep doing it.
Dan, what about tracking your exercise? Because let's face it, everyone wants to know that they're making progress, right?
Tracking is a really good strategy for helping with motivation. If you monitor your progress and you start to see improvements, you're going to feel motivated. Some people, they love to use the technology. Fitbits, these are really popular.
Yeah.
We can see our timings, we can see our steps, distance, everything. It does a lot for us. Maybe the apps on their smartphones. These are great little things to use nowadays.
I agree, that is great, but what if you don't have the fancy gadgets?
Do you know what? Keep it simple.
Yep.
You don't need them. If you're in the pool, use the clock on the wall. How fast can you do a lap? Next time, can you do it a bit quicker? How many blocks have you run round? Can you do one more next time? If you keep it simple, you don't need the fancy technology, it's easy. So I've got one last tip. This is a really good one.
Give it to me, mate.
It can distract you from pain, it can increase endurance, and it can reduce your perceived effort.
Okay, what is it?
Music. The trick, though, is to find something that you connect with emotionally. If you can use that music to help forget about the activity or exercise you're doing, you're just going to finish it without even realising.
Because I can tell you, one of my all-time favourite playlists has got some songs on there, which I'm not going to divulge, but are very slow but moving bits of music that make me want to move, right?
Just listen to what makes you feel good.
Well, I don't think I'm going to need you anymore, mate. I think I'm going to get my music on and finish this run.
See you later.
Thanks, Sam.
Cheers, mate.
Are you now wondering what Monty was listening to? It was Olivia Newton-John, hopelessly devoted to you. I'm kidding, it wasn't really. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. Remember, our website has everything you need to know, from Mike's recipes to Monty's motivational tips and that fantastic competition that Tony launched. That's all at kiwiliving.nz. We'll see you next time. Por Marie. Next week on Kiwi Living, Mike is in the kitchen again, but this time it's an Italian feast on the menu.
Courgette linguine. It's brilliant.
This stunning home stands out with its use of steel. Tony hits the school playground with some excellent advice for growing a hedge.
Oh, I'm exhausted.
The DIY team get busy updating this dark lounge space. And Dr. Stacey is here with some first aid advice for your pets. That's next week here on Kiwi Living.